Hello, Parrot Bliss. What is enrichment? And what is the benefit to your parrots? Hi, I am the author of The Parrot Bliss Bond, which is all about helping you make a wonderful connection and bond with your parrot, helping you understand how to provide for their well-being, their food, that kind of thing, and then how to really make sure that you have this fantastic, wonderful bond, because I feel like my parrots are awesome. Having them has been one of the best experiences of my life, and I want you to have that experience. Adore your parrot and have your parrot love you and love hanging out with you, climbing down the chair, and someone else told me that their parrots also eat their wicker furniture. All right, in this video we're talking about enrichment. Enrichment is this. Today, for the first time since the pandemic, so for the first time in a couple months, we had the chance and the opportunity to actually go down to the beach, and there's a restaurant that we just love there on the beach, and so we went, smelled the fresh air. It was really just wonderful. Because yesterday 2 of my budgies disappeared. One was the first budgie we'd ever had, and so that kind of made us a little blue, and it was really wonderful to kind of go tap into some healing ocean waves and have some breakfast down on the beach. It enriched my soul. It made me feel better. The fresh air, the view of the ocean, seeing some pelicans, it enhanced my well-being and my mood. Well, the same is really true of your parrot. Your parrot needs enrichment as well. When we have parrots, whether they are living with us in captivity, like in our house or outside, we really need to be sure to give them some enrichment. Parrots naturally, especially big parrots like this girl here, Cammy, my harlequin macaw, they need wood. They need to chew on wood. It actually keeps them from getting stressed out. In other words, a normal part of their well-being, just like eating is a part of your well-being or drinking water is just required, chewing wood is really required for them as well. You can, of course, get them toys, which are expensive. DIY toys are great, but you can also get them enrichment, just like the stick that's right here. And I'll see if she'll go on it. And it's bitten because she's bitten it. Parrots naturally enjoy the enrichment of having some of like nature, really, some plant life with them. And more specifically, probably some wood. I'm like going, where did she go?
And enrichment could be everything from the leaf of a palm tree, to a fruit, to a palm seed, to a pod. You have to be a bit creative. You have to look at things that aren't toxic, that they can find
in nature.
Yes.
So when you're giving them things like this that aren't going to be toxic, do you cut any of it, or you just give them the whole coconut?
Give them the whole thing. Like for example, these got 2 coconuts, and one they've already stripped the fibers from, and then they're now working on getting at the flesh, and the other one has not been done.
So if you can look to see if there are branches to trees, flowers, different things like that that you can offer your parrot, seeds, pods, pine cones. All you do need to do is make sure that they are not toxic to parrots. Then offering things like that is a wonderful thing to do. It's not always easy. For example, for me, you have to make sure that the whatever you're taking a plant from, whatever clippings you're taking, don't have pesticides or anything like that on them. So for me that's hard because the gardening is done by our homeowners association, and I just simply don't know whether or not there's pesticides used, and I think there are some. but I don't know where, and you know, I don't know to what extent, so I try to be really careful. I got lucky because the palm tree right above Cami that I'm pointing to has some pods. It also will have fronds. Fronds are like, not the leaves, because you know, they're kind of like long and thin, and technically they actually aren't plants. I think they're like a kind of grass, believe it or not. But all of those things you can give safely to your parrot, and it's kind of amazing how much they like it and how much they really enjoy chewing it up, eating it. Things like this stick right here have bark on them, and parrots actually eat bark in the wild. This helps them bind the toxins that they might eat and really release them instead of getting intoxicated. And those toxins are going to come from things like the unripe fruit that they eat in the wild. Yes, in the wild, parrots are going to eat fruits that are green and bitter, not fruits like we offer them. The fruits that we offer them are too high in fructose and aren't really good for them. And they don't eat those in the wild because there's too much competition for those. So they are really accustomed to being able to bite some bark off the wood. You can see the bottom has its bark and the top doesn't. They're accustomed to being able to do things like eat the fronds, and they just love it. I brought some of those. I don't know what they are. It's something in the pod, so it doesn't quite look like a fruit. It doesn't quite look like a flower. Maybe it's a flower. But I brought some of those into my parrots, and they just flocked to them. How's that for a good fun? And there is the enrichment being enjoyed and eaten already.
Typical parrot item that they would encounter in the wild. These are the fruits of spondias, and they're eaten at this stage. They don't eat them.
The tree doesn't show.
Yeah, we can walk over there, and then
perfect.
you can take some shots. So that's spondias. They're bitter. They have a big seed. Tastes terrible. I don't know why they like them so much. So it's a hard seed. And the birds will play with the seeds for days.
Really?
Yep.
So be sure to enrich your parrot's life with some enrichment. If you aren't comfortable with the plants that are around you, or maybe you're in an apartment and you don't have plants that you have access to, then see if you can plant a little garden, like maybe plant a little herb. Those tend to be good for parrots. Just research and see which ones are okay. Generally speaking, I don't think I've found an herb that wasn't safe for parrots, but always check. Another thing you can do is get a little enrichment at the grocery store. Some grocery stores sell full coconuts. You can cut it up. That might be hard to do. You can ask them to cut it up, or, you know, give them the whole thing. If you have a big parrot, not a problem. You can also get some other things like a broccoli head, you know, like you don't have to give them the whole head. You can give them a smaller piece depending on the size of your parrot. I have also done things like at the end of my romaine head of lettuce, at the very base, I give that to them. I can't tell if they play with it or eat it or what, but they love to entertain themselves with it and kind of get in there and bite at it. So there's different things like that that you can also give them. It's sort of like enrichment from the grocery store, but it works. You know, it's not the same as giving them something like a perch that has bark on it. I see. Good back. But it will still enrich their lives, offer them something good to chew on so that your kitchen cabinets stay whole, and it gives them something that they can destroy for fun. Thanks for joining us in this video. Thanks to Tony for the clips, and we'll see you in the next video. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. We love good content. See you next time. Kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Ah.